What are some of the things you see them struggling with the absolute most?
One thing that I think is a narrative right now is that young men are weak. I actually don't think that's true. I think they're disenfranchised. I think they are a product of their environment. For example, you and I, if we were to come out of high school or go into the workforce in times like right now, where the house price had doubled or tripled in the last 4 or 5 years, and wages have not rose with those things, maybe you and I would have enough gumption about us to go start an online business somehow. But for the average guy that just wants to work and maybe have a family, it's gotten so out of hand that those things that he might have been told were possible for him on his way up, like growing up, the things that he saw work for his parents will not work for him. And for that reason, I think he's probably angry. He's probably frustrated and upset, and is looking for a solution in a world that seems to give a lot of opinions pretty freely, because any asshole with a camera can go on the internet and tell him what to do. And so I think it's hard for young men in the sense that they're more disenfranchised and they're all just a bunch of pussies. I don't really think that. I think that they're in a situation where the world did not turn out the way it was told to them it might. And for that reason, some of them are checking out, but then other young men are absolutely flourishing. You know, there's guys all the time, they're building online business. There's a lot of these agency kids that do quite well. Some kids are catching crypto pumps, and it's just it's a wild thing to see the highs and lows of young men right now. One thing I like to tell them when they stop me, I tell them two things. The first thing I tell them is, dude, I love you. We're in this together. Believe me. And the reason why I tell them that is because of the second thing I tell them. It's like, you and I are no different. I'm just at a different place in my journey. I was you. And I think that's why I get so much fulfillment from doing it, is we're not really different from them. We just graduated high school in a certain year, had a certain set of opportunities in front of us, which we both followed, by the way. Because I argue that if me and you graduated high school in 2024 instead of when we did, we might have skipped college football.
Yeah.
That was the winning formula.
Yeah.
And so for them, the world has changed astronomically in the last just 10 years. But that 10 years, their zeitgeist of time of when they were born, they were believing that life was going to be a certain way, and then social media hits and explodes, and now we're dealing with AI and all these other things. The life that they thought that they could have might not even be a possibility anymore. And so it's going to, I think the next 10 years is going to be even more that way.